Thanks for joining us for another edition of McHenry County's Rise and Thrive. I'm Mark Piekos, Executive Director of the McHenry County Economic Development Corporation, and today I am joined by Jake Rohn, who is the Director of the McHenry County Workforce Network Board, as well as Catherine Jones, Associate Vice President of Workforce Development at McHenry County College. Catherine, tell us a little bit about where we are today.
Mark, I am so excited to welcome you to Catalyst Campus. Catalyst Campus is McHenry County's new home to 5 centers: the Talent Impact Center, the Illinois Small Business Development Center, the Career Spark Center, our Community Enrichment Center, and finally our University Center.
What an excellent place for collaboration. And speaking of collaboration, Jake, can you start by telling us a little bit about the process for an individual who is unemployed or underemployed, who needs assistance finding a job or training to prepare for that job?
So when someone, a job seeker needs to have a job, we have a one-stop center that is dedicated to helping individuals with that job search. So with that, individuals come in and then we have a resource room in different services they can go through, such as resume, critiques, mock interviews, and things like that. We also have a workforce development program. So with that program, it's really dedicated to helping individuals guide them through the process and develop them into a career pathway that is going into high growth. So with that, there is some eligibility requirements to that. But for instance, we've had a young adult come into our program. They didn't know what they wanted to do at first, but with that, we helped them develop that pathway. And now they're making $60,000 a year.
That's fantastic. And Catherine, what are some of the resources McHenry County College would offer to a similar individual?
At McHenry County College, we are so thrilled to be part of the One-Stop Partnership. It's important to us to be able to provide workforce-ready training and education. One of the ways we do that is through the Career Spark Center. Those programs are short-term, industry-recognized credentials that put somebody right to work, or it might be the 34 degrees that we have, the CTE degrees, our AAS degrees, as well as dozens of certificates. In fact, a lot of those degrees and certificates are approved for funding through the Workforce Network. This summer, 30 of those new programs were approved for funding. In fact, many of those newly approved degrees and certificates are being taught in the Foglia Center for Advanced Technology and Innovation.
Awesome. These sound like some incredible resources for job seekers. Jake, can you tell me a little bit what might be available through this partnership for employers?
Through the workforce system, our customers are both job seekers and their employers. We want to make sure that employers have the resources they need to grow. And through that, what we do is we make sure that individuals who are going through the programs are going towards high growth careers, and then we're helping those employers kind of meet that talent need. So we're trying to match the individuals, the job seekers, to the employers and match the talent. So with that, a lot of the programs that we develop are directed towards the needs of our community and the employers.
Great. And Catherine, what are some resources that employers could expect from McHenry County College?
Jake talked about how key it is to be listening to the needs of the employers. And that's really what our Talent Impact Center does. That center provides resources for employers and their incumbent workforce. So listening to them, understanding what they need. In fact, you'll find a lot of offerings through the Impact. That's a quarterly catalog that provides these training resources. It's like a corporate university for small to mid-size employers. And then Talent Impact can also customize training for an employer. They'll come in, they'll hear about a skill gap, they'll help to design a solution, and then deliver it either at the employer site or here at Catalyst Campus.
Excellent. And how do you anticipate your program growing over the next few years?
Catherine mentioned that a lot of the new programs that she has, we have also gotten into our program as things that we can send individuals to training to. And this is a great thing and something we're going to continue to do and always want to make sure that we're having the best career paths and the ones that are in the high growth. So with that, as we're growing, as we're going, we're seeing what is the need of our marketplace. Where are the jobs going? And we're trying to match that with the training opportunities and also then growth to those jobs.
Has there been any growth at MCC recently?
Whew, growth is MCC recently. So last week we celebrated the opening of the CATI Center, that Foglia Center for Advanced Technology and Innovation. We're sitting in the brand new Catalyst Campus. We are determined to grow as our employers and our community needs that growth. So on tap coming up is our healthcare expansion. We're also looking at a lot of expansion in our Career Spark Center. Those are those short-term career entry programs. And then something that I am most excited about is creating better access to these programs. So through scholarships, other ways of creating better access, grants and scholarships, we look forward to serving our community even better.
And tell me, what does workforce mean to economic development in McHenry County?
So I put workforce in the bubble that we need talent to grow for our economic development. We have to build it. And without it, we're not going to have new companies coming in. Our current companies aren't going to have the workforce and the labor they're going to need to grow. So with that, that's the biggest thing with workforce is the ability to develop that talent for our employers in our area.
Catherine, where do you see workforce and talent in economic development?
Echo what you have said, Jake. But I think particularly through our work with our manufacturing employers, through the Manufacturing Pathways Consortium, we have identified that talent is the constraint to growth. And so without our workforce development, without our talent pipeline work and the career pathways work that's going on in the high schools, we're going to not have the economic development that we're wanting.
And now for the most important question of the episode. What kind of beverage are we enjoying today?
Oh, Mark, we've got tea from Casting Whimsy. In fact, Casting Whimsy is our next door neighbor. It is literally just around the corner of the Catalyst building here.
And they are one of the proud members of the National McHenry County Coffee and Tea Trail, which if you hit all of those places, you get this beautiful mug. So go out there and get some beverages, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.